fucking gone.
Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building. Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here, and welcome to another Philly Shakedown podcast. Thank you all for being here. If you can see us, if you can hear us, give us a shout out. And JoeyShakes, what is up, my man?
Chilling, man. It's been we haven't talked in a long time. I feel like it's been like a long time, man. Eagles coming off their bye week. Eagles are healthy, ready for our next opponent. We have a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about.
God, yeah, we had a lot happen since the last time we streamed because we didn't end up doing one last week during the bye week. But before we get into that, though, I need to say hi to everybody in the chat. What is going on, everybody? Wyatt is here. Twit. What's going on with you, Jay? What's here? What's happening, Isaiah? The Tuck channel. A lot of people here tonight. Delvin.
Nice.
Thank you guys all for being here. We appreciate JP Martinez, Eagles, Mr. Walker, Jazz, JP Martinez. I'd see you again, Samuel Rowe. Even though I think you're a Cowboy fan, that's okay. No Sleep Shack. What's up, Daz Deals? System of the Knot. Just Blaze, all you guys, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
What is happening with all you guys? Matt Ruiz, thank you so much for super chat, my man. He goes, 500. How do I have a wrench? How do I not have? I don't know. Why don't you have a wrench? That is a great question. One of the mysteries of Earth. We must figure this out. Just don't time anybody out. We don't like timing somebody out. I had one of my channel members said that I timed them out or hit them. I'm like, dude, I can read your comment. You're not hitting. But I never would have done that. So I don't know if somebody timed them out and they got mad, but that was not me. So yeah, man, it's crazy, man. I know a lot of you guys are keeping eyes on the Phillies. They're down 3-0. Was it bottom of the fourth?
They're coming back,
top
guys.
of the fourth. I'm sorry, top of the fourth. They'll come back and win, but I better not talk too much about it because I might get Major League Baseball pissed off at me because they striked me last night while streaming this game. And I wasn't even streaming again. I was just watching. But I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't even understand the rules that they want you to go by. So nobody can explain to me what happened. But for the Eagles, it's been a long week, right? Bye week.
Yeah.
Then they make a big monster trade. I mean, monster trade in our boy Robert Quinn. We both talked about Robert Quinn over the summer. Said he was a trade deadline possibility, and he wind up being just that. So what are your thoughts on the Robert Quinn trade?
I thought it was the most realistic trade because you had guys like Brian Burns we've been talking about, and obviously the other defensive end from the Broncos, their pass rusher over there, Bradley Chubb. And those are younger guys, and I think, it would have been a little bit harder to trade for them. And I think Quinn was perfect because of his age, his productivity, and you'd be giving up a, day 3 pick or something like that for him. So, and that's pretty much what happened. And I think between the contract and obviously the updated contract now, where literally they're paying Robert Quinn a little over $700,000 this year, and they mutually agreed to take away the last 2 years of his contract away. So technically he's 11-game rental this year, but look what it adds to your defensive line, not only with Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat, Brandon Graham. Now because he was doubled 58 times this year from the Chicago Bears, now he's on a defense where the offenses are going to have to pick their poison, and Quinn is going to help out a lot on that edge. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah. I think it was a great pickup. I think Quinn needed a change of scenery. He's not coming in and having to just be like the starter or take all the pressure. All he has to do is come in and be along with that rotation. So I expect Quinn. I think he's going to be great for us. I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about seeing him tomorrow, you know?
I totally agree, man.
And so many channels showing the actual game. The whole MLB thing is crap. Oh, God, I know. They're showing the game, and I didn't show anything. And I went back and even watched the thing, and I don't know. I still don't know what I'm doing. I sent them a message and said, you know, can you just tell me what I did wrong so I know not to do it? I have no clue whatsoever. Yeah. So who knows? I'm just going to stay away from baseball, you know. It's crazy. Yeah, Dicker the kicker got cut today. It was good, but he's going now because Elliott is back. And, I mean, geez.
Teron Jackson's back now, right? So they have a lot of depth at defensive end.
Cleared waivers, and now he's back on the practice squad, I believe. So,
okay.
So he's back now. And then, the question is who's next? What's the next shoe to drop? Because I for one don't believe that Howie's done yet. I do not believe that at all. I think there's one more shoe to drop. I don't know what it is. If I had to guess, I'm gonna say I think it's running back. I would say Kareem Hunt. I still think you need a running back, man.
I know it's hard to tell. It's like it could be running back. It could be the third safety spot because you saw when Gardner Johnson went out of that Cowboys game and how much like he was a missing heartbeat to that defense with Kevon Wallace going in there. They need to cut him after this year or something because he should not survive another offseason, another OTAs training camp next year. Give Reed Blankenship a shot or do something. I mean, we saw the Desmond King rumors as well, which he could be not only a safety, he could be a corner, or he could be a returner, which would be a big one for us too. So I think that would be – it's hard between running back and safety. Like running back, definitely. We saw the Alvin Kamara stuff, Kareem Hunt. Yeah. The Alvin Kamara stuff is kind of crazy because the reports are still coming out that Howie's really trying to get something done, but apparently the Saints want their first round pick back.
They ain't getting they not getting never give that pick.
No.
That's a bona fide top 5 pick.
Yes.
Even if Kamara doesn't end up in Philly, I hope he gets traded. He could go to the Rams, wherever. Whatever hurts that team for the rest of their season, I want it to happen, you know? So, you know, we'll see, but I don't know. Kareem Hunt, to me, just seems like he just fits. It just reminds me of Jay Ajayi. Remember this, everybody. They traded for Jay Ajayi. They were talking to Jay Ajayi. They were kind of scouting him, getting a feel for him at joint practices in 2017. I keep going back to the Kareem Hunt picture with Nick Sirianni talking to the Eagles and some front office guys. I think Kareem Hunt's a possibility, man. I really do. Now, I know the Rams are supposedly really heavy favorites to get Kareem Hunt right now. Like, they apparently jumped the Eagles in the rumor mill.
The Bills are high on running backs too, between Cam Akers and Kareem Hunt too. Like, they want another running back to complement Devin Singletary too. So I think it looks like they might. I think the Bills are going to land Cam Akers. It looks like I'm not a big Cam Akers fan. I just think he has a fumbling problem. I'm just not a big fan of him. But Kareem Hunt, I think there's a lot of teams going after him. I think he'd be perfect for us. Now, this is only if the Eagles want a bruiser back or a short yardage back still. What we're doing is working, whether it's you're going to do those QB sneaks, you're going to do those short yardage type runs with Jalen Hurts if that's what you want to do. But to take a little bit of pressure off him, why not add a Kareem Hunt, kind of give, Jalen Hurts, take a little bit of pressure off Jalen Hurts during those short yardage plays. So
System announcement 500. Mark Holmes made 8 videos today, and all he did was go to the gas station, dude. And every block from his house to the gas station now. I totally believe it. Paul Mancini says third safety acquired: Eddie Jackson of the Bears, Elliott of the Lions, Justin Burris of the Panthers, DB King or Kyle Fuller. So you think one of those guys will be an Eagle? Maybe I'm okay with that. I think after watching Kevon Wallace versus Dallas, I'm like, you got to get another safety.
Isn't Eddie Jackson's like? But Eddie Jackson's like a top. Isn't he getting paid like top 10 money right now? He's a starter too. So I mean,
I don't know what he's making, but I do know he's a starter, he's a good player. There were rumors that the Eagles did talk about Eddie Jackson last week. There was some stuff that came out that the Eagles did call the Bears on that, and then we ended up going with the Quinn trade. So I don't know. The guy I bring up, and there is no rumors of this. I try to tell people this is not a rumor. This is nothing I've heard. But in my opinion, I think Jabril Peppers is sitting right there, dirt cheap in New England. He's the 4th on their depth chart, and he can return punts. Now, he might not be the great safety. He may not be the kind of safety that they want. But from a standpoint of getting a returner for cheap, I think you could live with it for the rest of half a year, no?
Yeah, well, Abrams, too, from the Raiders, I think he's up for the trade block, too.
I mean, Pepper's legit returner. I mean, he's a legit returner. Yeah. And since I miss having a guy like Ajayi and Blunt, I do, too. I mean, I know the Eagles' philosophy is, listen, we got Jalen Hurts. He's strong, and nobody's stopping him on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, and he's our short yardage back. I get it, but I don't like the idea. Like, I don't want to keep putting him in positions where he could get hurt. Somebody hits him in the back of the head. Somebody, offensive lineman rolls on his leg. I want to cut down those things, but you need a bigger back to do so,
Yeah, I agree.
Tortyville says, I think backup safety is our biggest need now, even more than a running back. Yeah, I mean, I can see where you're coming from. I still don't know. Like, I'm sorry, man. I don't know how you look at this team and say, we're not going to go out and get somebody to return kicks. Doesn't that scare you?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know how much faith they have in I don't think they have much faith in Covey, but I'm not. I mean, at least get a punt return. At least I don't care if he just does kick returns. They at least need to get a punt returner.
Yeah, Joseph Smith brings up a great question. Greg Ward, punt return. Is that why Ward is back? Did Ward come back to be the punt returner?
No.
Well, why did they bring Ward back?
I don't know how no one picked him up. Like, what has he been doing the whole time? You know what I mean? Like, why hasn't he got picked up? Do you think he had no value at all? Like, why didn't another team pick him up? I don't know if he even went to another team. I never seen news about him going anywhere else when he left. He was hurt, so maybe he was still hurt for a while.
Maybe, but man, like you have Greg Ward. Are you going to put Greg Ward above Covey returning punts? I would have to. Because I trust him more. Neither of them gained yards, but at least I don't have to worry about Ward fumbling.
True.
I might get 2-yard punt return average and a lot of this,
but
yeah,
but you feel more comfortable.
Come on, Phils, let's go. Yeah, I want to see what Sermon's got. Says Cody and Hunt. What do you think of Sermon? Like, they haven't used him at all. Are we sleeping on this guy totally?
I think
they're going to use him more.
I think they need more. I think he needs more snaps. They got 2 snaps in that Jags game. That's it. They wanted to trade for him, and then they got the gift of getting him off waivers, and they just used him 2 times. Like, I don't get why. I don't like. Here's what I feel like they're going to get safety more than running back for this reason only, because if they add another running back, they have to change so much. They have to change a little bit. Like, if they trade for a running back for draft compensation, they're going to have to give that. They're going to have to change their game plan a little bit with that running back. I feel like they don't want to change too much because whatever is working right now is working for the Eagles offensively. Maybe that's the reason too. I don't know, but I mean, look, I think this was the last game for the running backs. I thought against the Cowboys, I thought they, kept them like fresh throughout the whole game. They kept bringing them in and out. Boston Scott had a little bit more carries, which we never really see. So just depends.
Right. Yeah. Devlin says Jabril Peppers would be perfect. I think so. And I'm not going to lie, it's more because of the return game than anything else to me. I want a returner,
Yeah.
I'm just so afraid that we're going to be like in this, playoff game, and it's going to be late in the 4th quarter, tied up, cold weather, and they're punting to Covey, and he fumbles it. That's like my biggest fear,
That's true.
Fat Folder 93, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. He goes, at this point, I can see every game being a trap game. Yeah, I feel you. Listen, the more you win in the NFL, especially, and the more you're carrying that undefeated label, the more teams are going to be up to play you. Everybody's going to want to play and be the team to beat them. You know what I mean? You're going to get everybody's best shot. You're getting everybody's best shot.
Yeah, and if you watch like the unscripted Philadelphia Eagles episode, right at the last thing that happened in the episode, Nick did talk to the team about teams coming off the bye. He gave examples of teams that had good records coming off the bye and completely falling apart. And I love that he's keeping these guys in focus. Like I think the next thing we'd probably talk about is this team going to look sluggish coming off a bye week? And it's always something to, this is what you got to worry about, that they've had too much rest. And, I think we needed this bye. The offensive line was shot. I mean, nobody was at 100%. I think we needed it more than anything. So I don't know what your thoughts on how the Eagles will look after the bye or whatnot, and what you think about that.
It'll be interesting to know, I don't know. I think even if they came in and they were sluggish, I think they're too good to not beat Pittsburgh. Like I just don't think Pittsburgh is going to beat them. But I don't know. I don't know how they're going to look. It'll be interesting. Now, Paul Mancini says the only trap game is Thursday night at Houston, not the Steelers game. I kind of agree with him, man. I remember in the summer when I was doing our wins losses, I actually made that a loss, and people were like, "Are you crazy?" And it was only because it was a Thursday night game. I don't feel that way anymore. But those Thursday games are never easy because they're short week. And when it's a short week and then you're traveling, it could be a little rough. So that may be a closer game for a longer time before the Eagles pull away. But at the end of the day, I just think they're too good for those teams. There's no reason why the Eagles should not be 10-0. I stop at 10-0 because at 10-0, and you get to that 10 win, I feel like you've hit a place where it's now all about home field advantage.
True, yeah.
Philly Fazza says TJ Watt is officially out too. Yes, saw that before we came on here. TJ Watt is out. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt Pittsburgh a lot. What are your thoughts like going into this game? Like, what is there anything that you're worried about in terms of Pittsburgh?
I'm worried about Najee Harris because he's a damn good running back that if you don't make tackles on him, if you start making these long arm tackles, he's going to run over you. I mean, he can have two guys in front of him and outrun two guys for first downs easily. Mostly their run game, but the TJ Watt thing's interesting too because I think the Steelers have their bye week. I think he was trying to play this week from what it looked like he was trying to play, but I think they kind of wanted to be cautious and they want him to rest one more week for the bye, and then he'll be back. So I think that was part of it too. And I think with the Steelers defense as of right now, they've given up the most yards. I think they're third in yards against wide receivers. They've given up the most yards, top three. I think the Eagles will have a slugfest. With these, with AJ, I think AJ Brown will have a really good game. I think they can run the ball on them. I think they'll do a good job. As much as as much as everyone thinks that Steelers defense has gotten better, I think they can get it done. It's gonna be it should be a really good game.
I feel like the Eagles offensively will be able to do whatever they want against Pittsburgh. I do. I think it all is going to come down. If Pittsburgh has any chance, Najee Harris has to have 150 yards. If he doesn't have 150 plus yards, I don't think that they win. Because Pickett being a rookie he's got two touchdowns, 7 interceptions so far. He's learning and he's going up against the best cornerback duo tandem. No, I think it's a tough place. It's a tough spot for Pittsburgh. I think the Eagles are going to be fine. I got them. I picked the Eagles to win this game 31-13. Jesse Davis says Eagles are the 13th best team in passing yards per game. Giants have the 30th most passing yards a game. Daniel 1, Hurts 0. Laughing my ass off. Daniel 1? What do you mean? Giants
I don't get
stink.
it. Yeah.
I'm not a believer in the Giants. I do think they're going to win tomorrow, but I'm not a believer in them. TJ Watt just started his 21-day window and has a good 2 weeks away. Yeah. Well, that fits. When does Pittsburgh, do they play Dallas? Let him be back for that one. This has been a long bye week, and we got 2 games coming. You got game tomorrow, and then you got the game Thursday night.
Yeah.
Then we got almost like another bye week because you don't actually play. I think right to Monday night. Is it Monday night?
Commanders Monday night, November 13th.
Yeah. So that to me, out of the next 4 games, Pittsburgh, Houston, Washington, and Indy. that Washington game is the most dangerous because it's a division game. You know, Wish King says you all need to stop with the trap game bullshit. Yeah, that's people. You know, people like to say it. I thought the trap game was the Arizona game.
True that.
That was the trap game, and I feel like it was a trap, and I feel like it almost backfired us, but we pulled it out. Tortyville says 27 Eagles, Steelers 20. Steelers will cover. Wow, but Eagles will win the game. Game will be tougher than expected. Man,
yeah, because we let it be tougher than expected. We let it be a tougher game in the second half. That's the only reason why we're letting these teams back in. This is what pisses me off. Like, if we have like a 3-touchdown lead in the first half, and then I'm like, all right, here we go, second half. What are they gonna do? So,
yeah. What's been out all year got injured for. I don't know who we're talking about. Cards were 7-0. Yeah, Cards were 7-0 and kind of collapsed. And the Eagles got to take care of business. You know, I think the Eagles double play. Fuck. Sorry, celebrate my sister 23-year-old birthday. Oh, happy birthday to your sister, my man.
Definitely.
You know, Steelers are hungry. Oh, they could be hungry, but we're going to be eating. I think, you know, what I would like to see from the Eagles tomorrow is I would like to see them do what they do in the first half and then come out in the second half and just keep the foot on the gas. I don't care if you have to score 40 points on them. You know, you do it. I watched that Dallas game again the other day, and I swear I watched it again, and I totally believe this. When I think it was 17-0, and Dallas turns the ball over, right? You've got to go for the kill. They were totally done emotionally, and they didn't, and they let them hold us to a field goal, and it was a second straight drive where we had great field position, and we held them to a field goal, and that gave them a little life. And then they had a good kickoff return, and that gave them a little life. And it's like that's what happens in football. You just start the momentum going one way. So sometimes that in football, in the NFL especially, I don't care who the team is. Once that momentum starts going, it's hard to switch up. And I think they've got to do a better job. And people get mad at me for saying this, but I believe it's the truth. They have to do, and I feel like it's the coaching. The coaching has to do a better job of recognizing when to go for the kill. I really believe that.
I believe it.
And I think that's something that you learn as an experienced coach going through games. You know, you think Andy Reid would have took his – Andy Reid would have came right out with the ball at the 35-yard line, up 20-0, 70-0. He would have took a shot right in the end zone.
Yeah.
I have no doubt, you know.
I agree.
Bill says this should be a steadily played game. All 4 quarters will be played this game, not just a quarter and a half. I agree. Anybody that you think stands out tomorrow? Give me your standout.
I think A.J. Brown's going to have a good game. I think Robert Quinn's going to get 2 sacks for the day. I think he's going to make a immediate impact. And I think Slade's going to have a pick or 2.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think, you know who I think is going to have a big game tomorrow? Miles Sanders. I think Miles is going to have a big game. I think Miles Sanders has a big game against his hometown team, right? And I think he has a big game. And I'm going to predict this. Jordan Davis first sack.
Hey.
Jordan Davis. I would play Jordan Davis a lot tomorrow. Because like you said, the whole thing with Pittsburgh is it just shut down Najee Harris. If you shut down Najee Harris, Pickett can't beat you. He can't. And they've got some receivers.
Good weapons. Yeah.
They do. I you know I think about Pickens, you know, and then, you know, they have some weapons. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm keeping my eye on that Phillies game. R. Evans says the Eagles have a good chance of being 2 games ahead of the Giants and Vikings after this week. I don't know. Do you think Seattle can beat the Giants tomorrow?
Geno Smith's been playing pretty good.
Yeah, people are picking him.
Yes.
I really think the Giants are going to win that game.
They might.
I mean, I would love a loss if the Giants lost. You know, there's no way the Bears are beating Dallas though.
No, I doubt it.
Bears stink. I know that they did what they did to Chicago or to New England, but dude, they stink.
Even Zeke's not playing. Even without Zeke, I mean, he's not playing either. So I don't think it's going to make a big difference.
God, nothing would give me greater joy than to watch Chicago beat Dallas tomorrow. That would be unbelievable, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Matt Ruiz says, I need Hurts and Smitty to go off. They very well could, you know? Pickett is mobile, and they have to keep him in the pocket. Yeah, I still don't think he's going to beat him with his leg. I think as long as you shut down that running game, I think you're in good shape. Now, I will say I think Pickett's got some talent. I think he's going to.
He does.
Decent. But I just think that it's just, you know, he's going to play. Look at this secondary he's going up against.
But he has shown when he's pressured and throws into those short windows and he panic throws, he's made some mistakes. So they can get a couple picks off of him. Pickett will get picked. That's what will happen.
Yeah. Seahawks winning. Oh, man, I would love that Seahawks to win. Do it totally. Because the Giants, I mean, do you ever think the Giants would be 6-1? Dude, we're only a half game up, and we've been perfect. It's crazy. And and really a lot of their games have been could have gone the other way. It just hasn't, you know.
Yeah.
So Aquila 44 says Robert Quinn 2+ sacks. Quez 90 and a touchdown. Woo!
Be nice.
Quez Watkins, that would be nice, right?
Beautiful.
Antonio says Phillies are looking like they're content. Yeah, that's what it looks like. You know, I think that 3-0 lead really hurt them so far. But I think there's a lot of baseball left to play. So they still could win. You know, but F the Major League Baseball for doing that crap to me. Because I didn't deserve that. Philly Billy says 6 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 2 picks. So after we go up 17, the D will keep Pickett off the board second half because their O-line is trash all game. That we better blow them out. We better cover at that point. You know,
shouldn't be a close game at all. But
they have Pollard. He's better than he is better than Fat Zeke. I agree.
I agree.
The only thing about Pollard is, can Pollard be the only guy? Like, can he be a full-time guy? Can he? How many carries and touches can he get at the end of the day? You know,
right.
Oh, look, Daniel 1, Hurts 0. I don't know what that means. Guys, thoughts on Hurts not passing deep and limiting the pass game? That's not an explosive pass game or normal one. Hurts is a game manager, RPO, screens, runs. Eagles will get bounced with same passer.
It's such an I don't know. It's such an overrated stat. I don't get it. Like, I've heard like all these things about why Hurts gets rushing touchdowns. He doesn't pass like from goal line going into the red zone. Like, I don't get the passing. Like, look, he needs to be more of a pocket quarterback, and we've been looking for that. But that's just not the type of quarterback he is. He could get those passes out, but he likes to run. He likes to extend plays. That's what he's going to do. I just think it's a really overrated stat to where you just want to see this guy pass deep all the time for him to be a proven franchise quarterback. I think it's a bunch of BS.
Well, there's a lot of games this year. You know, there's been a lot of games where they're like, I don't remember so many games where the Eagles have like 1st and goal at the 1, 1st and goal at the 2. Like, if you have 1st and goal at the 1, why do you have to throw it?
I don't know.
If you could run it in. So I can't blame him. I saw a statistic. I think the Eagles may be like one of the leaders in average yards per pass. I don't know why they haven't taken any deep shots in the last few weeks. I think they need to do it more, but I don't think they can't do it. I don't think there's a problem that he can't do it. I just don't think they've had to do it, you know?
Agreed.
I mean, you know, what explosion does it like the Giants offense have? They've got no receivers.
Their defense is bailing them out. Their defense is
they hang around, they stick around, they're scrappy, and I give them a lot. They're very well coached, and they come back and beat these teams, you know. And yeah, I think the Giants are a tougher challenge than Dallas, but yeah. We'll beat them. But if they lose to Seattle, it's over for them. Yeah, Chad says, as long as Hurts is a threat to run, he will always have the option to throw the ball. Agreed. You know? For Dear Alex says, Eagles are multidimensional, and that's what I love about our team. They are. They can hit you so many so many ways.
Yeah,
It's just,
you can't attack this offense. Like it's between the read option, the RPO. I mean, it's tough, especially with a mobile quarterback. Plus with the weapons, the running backs. It's just that's why it's hard to defend against this team. So it is.
Yeah. Craig says number 1 in league in passing yards per. Yeah, passing yards per attempt. I mean, come on. I think just things have gone the way they've gone. Giant fans are crazy. Hurts got double the touchdowns and more yards than Jones. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to play the Giants at some point. Their fans, they keep winning. They keep staying near us. It's gonna make for some good football. We don't play the Giants till like late December or something like that, right?
Right.
Like it's a while. By that time, the Giants could collapse.
And
if
then
the
the
Giants
last
lose
game-
to Seattle, it's over for them.
Yeah, I think if a team loses, it's going to take them. I think it's going to take them out easily. So
Yeah. Saquon Barkley gets his carries and does damage second half. Giants have been excellent late game. They've been great late in games, and that's the complete opposite of what we have been. That is the one thing that does scare me about playing the Giants. If you're up, they're gonna hang around. License break 13 says, "Love you both. Keep up the great work. Pound Philly 500 and Philly Shakedown." Thank you, man.
hey, man.
Jake, thank you. Let's see. Chris says, upset Sunday. Steelers over Eagles, Seahawks over Giants by Jimmy the Greek. No, Jimmy the Greek. I remember that guy long ago. The Saints are winning the South. Saints ain't win. Saints are collapsing. The Saints might not even win tomorrow.
Who they got?
They got the Raiders. I believe they have Raiders.
They might lose.
Yeah. B Swab says, teams cornerbacks play 7 yards from the wide receivers on the Eagles. That's why teams know the Eagles can throw deep, so they try to take that away. That's why those slants will be killing teams. Yeah, I like to see more slants. What do you think about we're 6 games in? I mean, did AJ Brown, Devontae Smith? It's been everything we could ask for, has it not?
Oh yeah, I mean, as advertised, yeah. I mean, it's definitely both those guys are playing at a high level, and yeah, we like to see more from them, more deep shots, and use more middle of the field, mid-tier passes, which I think it's a huge mismatch there. And hopefully get Quez Watkins back into the mix of things because he's kind of disappeared the past couple games. But yeah, no, I couldn't be any happier about this wide receiver core, there's no doubt. And with Zach Pascal gets his chances, he's always very reliable too. Yeah, good.
Agreed. Philly News says, reported 2 days ago, and they continue to be discussions between the Pound Eagles and the Pound Saints. And we are told Pound Eagles, Howie Roseman wants to get a deal done for Alvin Kamara, ML Football. We heard that, but then we heard that they aren't trading Kamara and the Eagles aren't interested. You heard that too, right? So
yeah,
do you think he's really interested or not?
I mean, between the contract that's left for Kamara and what they want for him, I don't think Howie Roseman trading a first-round pick. It is not going to happen. And you're not trading. If they end up getting Kamara for a day 3 pick, I'll be shocked. But I doubt that's going to happen. If he gets out of that trade with that, I'll be shocked. But I don't think so.
Yeah. Giants are 6-21 versus Eagles in the past 27. Pee Wee Herman is here. What's up, Pee Wee Herman? Dude, look, Pee Wee Herman. What's up? I didn't know Pee Wee Herman was an Eagle fan. It's crazy. Dude likes the movie theaters back in the day.
Oh, yeah. We know he did in those movie theaters.
The Kamara rumor was created by the Saints. Let's be real. Like it wouldn't shock. The thing is how he's so active in everything. It's hard to imagine that he wouldn't discuss Kamara with the Saints. But I don't know. I've said this, and I'm going to stick with this. What the hell's going on in this game? Something's up. But one thing I would say is I think that Kamara is a better running back, but I think Hunt is a better fit for the Eagles.
Agreed.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this game. There's 2 outs at the bottom of the 5th. They're looking to see if he no, he touched the what the hell? I guess they're seeing if his foot was on the bag. It was.
Could it be that it's usually when you hear names way too much that maybe it's not going to happen? There could be a name out there that we're not hearing that he could be trying to get in a trade. Something that you wouldn't expect out of left field.
I expect it. I expect That's the kind of trade I expect to happen. The guy that we're not thinking about, the guy that nobody's talking about, the guy that we didn't see coming out of left field is going to be the guy that they acquire. I really, really believe that, I do.
Agreed.
Paul Mancini says, Eagles have little to no interest in Kamara, all smokescreen, big contract, legal issues. Hell, he'll end up with the Rams, I guess. As long as if he just leaves New Orleans, I'm very happy.
The battery allegations are another big thing because he's supposed to have court soon, and then he could be suspended 6 games or less. I don't know what it's supposed to be. So are they going to give up a lot for him pending a suspension for next year? So that could hurt.
Yeah. T. Patrick says, I really don't care to get Kamara. He's not the running back we need to complement Miles. That's kind of my feelings. For what are they going to want? They're going to want a ton for him, right?
What?
They're going to want a ton for Kamara.
They'd be stupid if they don't. I mean,
yeah. Yep. John says, Big Sills tweet about the Eagles talking about Kamara with our own first-round pick a couple hours ago. That would be listen, Howie Roseman, the one thing about Howie Roseman you can say, and I can say this as long as he's been with Philly, I've never seen a trade I didn't like. I can't think of any trades and what I mean by that is he's always gets the right value. He is not giving up a first-round pick. He is not giving up either first-round pick for a running back.
No, hell no. Not happening.
Bomb messed up third on the tag. Then the Sosa Hoskins blunder right after it's going to be the killer. Phil's dropped 3-2 on the errors watch. Well, you still got 2 outs, 1 man on, so we'll see. Just get out of the inning. Yeah, I would rather have Kareem Hunt too. I mean, there's got to be somebody out there that we're not thinking of that how he's looking at. That's the kind of trade, because nobody saw the J.J. trade coming at all. None of us saw that coming.
Yeah, no.
The Saints need to rebuild. Keeping a running back for big money isn't good for them. They want to deal him. Eagles won't deal draft capital for him, nor should they. Agreed. But here's the funny thing. The Saints, they got no first-round pick next year.
They don't.
Hold on. Let me look up something real quick, because I'm just curious. I don't know what it's going to say, but hold on 1 second. I want to look up the Saints schedule, because I want to run through this, and I meant to pull this up earlier, because this is why you don't give.
Yes.
You don't give your you don't give up their pick back. You know what I'm saying? Damn it! They just hit a home run.
Do they?
Homer. Yeah, 5-0 again.
Jesus Christ!
It's comeback time. They got their split. That was what we needed. They got the split. So, all right. So, here's the Saints. Here's what the Saints have. Right? They have week 8. They're at home versus the Raiders. Okay. So, I don't know. Maybe they win. I don't know. We'll see. Then they got a Monday night game versus Baltimore. That's a loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they're at Pittsburgh. At Pittsburgh is going to be tough for them. I'm gonna say that's 2 losses. Then they got the Rams, the 49ers, and the Buccaneers.
Damn.
Those are 3 losses, right?
I think so. Even though the Rams and even Bucks are playing bad too, I think they can still beat them.
So there's at least 4 losses there. What are they right now? 2-5?
Yeah.
That's 9 losses. Then they got Atlanta at home. I think
Split.
Atlanta could beat them. Yeah. They got at Cleveland. They're going to lose that. They're at Philly. They're going to lose that. And then they play last game at home with Carolina. So I'm thinking you're looking at least 11 losses. I think there's at least 11 losses on that team. And you're stuck with their first-round pick. That could be a top 5 pick. Can you imagine you go win a Super Bowl and then you get Will Anderson? I mean, dude, that's what I'm talking about. You know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we play the Saints in January 1st, I think. January 1st
at home?
In Philly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the only thing about that game that could be tricky is we may have clinched everything by then. But so let's say you've clinched everything, but you have their pick. Would you play all your players to get the better pick?
That's really up to them. I don't know. I don't know. That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah. Yeah, Philly's going to fight back now. The game isn't over. It's 5-0. It had to be 5. They're going to win again. TJ Edwards is only great in the box. I kind of like Edwards though this year. I think he's kind of been everywhere. No?
I agree. Yeah, his coverage has been good this year too. Besides, I think the Cowboys game was his worst game on those out routes with those tight ends. I think that was where he was kind of getting beat a little bit.
Yeah. Godzilla says the Colts need picks. Call about Taylor. Colts are already tanking. So Matt Ryan's done for the year, right?
Right.
And Foles is there as the backup. And they're bringing in that Erlinger kid or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And he's going to start, and Foles is going to back him up. Why would you not put Foles in?
I don't know.
Especially if you're Frank Reich. You
already
won with him.
It could be ownership telling him not to start Foles
because they want to lose. Because they're going to lose. That's what they want. They want to lose, man. Lacey says it ain't over till Philly's on top. That's right. Phillies are going to come back and win this game. You watch. Would you play Pollard or Michael Carter versus Jets? I would play Pollard.
Probably Pollard.
I don't think that the Cowboys can move the ball through the air, dude. I think they need to run the ball. What are your thoughts on the Cowboys going after Odell Beckham?
Well, yeah, there's Cowboys going after Odell. There's Jerry Jeudy to the Giants. There's a lot. I mean, yeah, it would make them better. And there's no doubt. I think it would definitely help them. But we'll see. I mean, I think it would make them a really, I'm not saying dangerous, but I think it would definitely, it would put them close. With another weapon out there. So,
yeah. Pee Wee Herman says over under Miles getting 1,200. I said before the season I thought he would have 1,400 yards, and I'm going to stick with that. So I say
true.
over.
Yeah.
Let's see. Healthy players for the playoffs more important.
I get it.
Shut up, Siri. Siri turns on.
I get it.
Yeah. So we got 522 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. The stream's still going, Joey. So this is good. This is good. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, click the link in the description. Go sub up my man Joey Shakes. I wasn't sure. There's a lot of confusion according to YouTube's policy about like getting a strike and then being able to live stream. So there's a chance that tomorrow I will not be able to stream the Eagles game if there's a 7-day suspension. I don't know if that kicks in 7 days because there's also talk about like there's a grace period, and then sometimes it doesn't affect you. So I have no idea. So we'll see. If for some reason I can't stream tomorrow's game, Joey will be streaming, and I'll probably stop in and hang out with him.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it'll be crazy. Nathan says, Philly 500, are you going to look at Willie B. Hart again? Oh, God, you got me again with that.
I was reading that. I was like, oh, who is that? Who's Willie B. Hart?
Yeah, I was like, Willie B. Oh, then I got it. He got me with that like yesterday, too. Jimmy Garrity, he says, what do you do 500 to get straight? I did nothing that I can tell you.
You did nothing.
I was watching the Phillies game 1, and I was doing what I do 1,000 times streaming. I wasn't showing video. I wasn't showing any content. And from what I listened to, I couldn't really hear any audio. So I don't know. I'm totally confused by it. If you go and you click Phillies Astros, look at all the live streams that come up showing way more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Am I in YouTube jail? I don't know if I'm in jail. I just got slapped though. I had to do what do they call it? Copyright strike school.
He's on bail. He's on bail right now.
I'm on bail
until they get a search warrant again.
But hopefully, I'm not gonna be not able to stream.
Right.
I think if that was the case, I think I would have been. It would already happen by now. No, it wasn't an Astro fan. It was actually manually done by Major League Baseball. And I don't know why they would do mine, but not all these other people. The only thing I can think of, I kind of been shitting on them about the playoffs and their whole how they've handled this playoffs and shit. Maybe they got mad at me,
Mm-hmm.
Philly 500 might be facing suspension for performance enhancing videos. I like that. Yeah. I didn't know. I read the label. Paul Mancini says Cordy Patterson is hurt right now. A big profile. Yeah, he's Cordell Patterson's hurt. Jerry Jeudy to the Giants would make a lot of sense. Now, what did you think of the Giants getting rid of Kadarius Toney after 1 year? Remember Kadarius Toney, who they wanted more than Devontae Smith?
Mm-hmm. I think I think it's going to be like a low risk, high reward move for Kansas City. They get like their Tyreek Hill lookalike, maybe, and I know he's not like him, but I think he'll do well over there. It just depends if he can get on pace, and obviously he had the injuries that he left the Giants with injuries, but all of a sudden he was totally fine when he had his physical. So I think he'll do well.
I think Andy Reid will get him to play,
Yeah.
and I think he's very talented, and he'll get him to play. I don't think the Giants would have ever got it out of him, so I think it's a decent move for both.
I agree.
500, go live on your OnlyFans. Problem is I got this group. I got this like cult fan following. It's a bunch of fat girls. And they have like buses, and the buses have like extra suspension. These giant fat girls, and they always show up in my OnlyFans. It's like there's like 100, 200 of them. I don't know. There's so many of them that I can't count. And they hate football. They hate anything that involves moving. So I don't know. The only thing they'll take is when I bend down into the pie. That's all that they like. But other than that, I would stream it, no question about it. Joey said, "Where's your Phillies hat?"
I don't own one. I have not owned one in a long time.
Tony had it like 189 yards in one game too. Might be the real answer for Reed's offense to make their push deep in the playoffs again. Yeah, it could be. Could be. I think Reed will get him to play,
Yeah.
Rogue says Odell Beckham does not want to play for the Cowboys. That's a known fact. Cowboy fans are just saying what are they dreaming of. Go ahead.
Jerry Jones said, like, "Oh, I'm a big fan of Odell Beckham," and that's the only news that came out that they think that maybe Odell goes to because of that news. Like, that was it. Jerry Jones was like, "I'm a big fan of Odell Beckham," and that was really.
Here's the problem with Odell Beckham. It's the same problem they have with Gallup. Look how bad Gallup has looked. When you come back from a torn ACL,
right?
I always say it's always 1 year. So Beckham is more dangerous. Here come the Phils. Is more dangerous in a year, So next year, I think Odell's more dangerous. If I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I would be more interested in like Jerry Jeudy, Chase Claypool. Yeah. I would be interested in somebody like that. Now, if Dallas doesn't go out and acquire a receiver, they don't upgrade it, they're done. They're done, dude. They can't keep up with us, man.
Well, can they afford to give high draft capital away? If they want Chase Claypool, apparently is going to cost a second round pick if that's what they want to do. They trade for Jonathan Hankins, which helps their line against the run because he's a good run stuffer. But I mean, that's the only trade because it was a day 3 pick. So
right. Ned says Philly 500. We're going to whoop Dallas's butt. Yes, we are, my friend.
Just imagine that.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. Let me see here. Where did I want to go with this? I saw something. Oh, yeah, I like this one. Bolo says, I love how Philly 500 raises the pinky when he drinks. It's an Italian thing, right? All the old Goodfellas, when they drink. Pinky up. They want to show off that shiny pinky.
You need a ring. You need the fucking ring.
I'm working on it. I'm getting it.
Got to get the Eagle Super Bowl ring or something.
I'm getting a pinky ring. And it's like, you got to show it off. It means you have class, And other things, it means something else. But for Italians, it means you got class. Definitely, Philly fans says, Philly, we can win a Super Bowl. Oh, yeah. Can we win the Super Bowl? Question. Yeah, I think you can. I think if you get the number 1 seed in the NFC, you're going to the Super Bowl. You get into the Super Bowl, let's assume it's going to be Buffalo. I think they could beat Buffalo. I do.
Yeah, I think they could.
Pinky up is like an Amazon Prime logo. You've seen the Amazon Prime logo, right?
Yeah.
The penis.
Yeah.
I call it the Erect Penis Network. Yeah. Boswell's out too. I don't know who their other kicker is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Dak and Daniel Jones don't scare anyone. I just think Dak looked real. I know it was his first game back too. Like I know it, but he looked really bad to me. You know,
really bad.
He looked bad. This is interesting. Skid marks. Where you been? He says, don't sleep on Roquan Smith to Philly. It makes a ton of sense because the Eagles can't sign all the linebackers next year, so it's a huge upgrade to Smith. Roquan Smith, your thoughts?
He's fantastic, but what are you going to do with him if you trade for him? Like you're gonna take a back seat. You got to keep the hot hand in there, man. Like you don't want to change too much with your defense. Like I get it, but if you're not going, you're end up going to be paying Kaiser White or TJ Edwards after this year. Nakobe Dean is going to come up as the middle linebacker next year, so. I don't think it's going to happen because you're not going to bench Roquan Smith or have him as a backup, and you're not going to start him over what you have in there right now. I don't think you're going to do that.
Yeah. Ferobus says, did you hear from YouTube? Best way to reach out on them is Twitter. No, I didn't. I put they call it it's not called appeal. It's called something else. I put it in last night while I was while I was hanging out streaming, and it came back in like 5 minutes. And it was like, they said something to the effect that they think I was misusing the appeal process. And I'm like, this literally came back 5 minutes later. And there's no way they could have even reviewed what I had, the video I had. So I don't know. I know Twitter, there's some way to talk to them. I need to do this. I need people to I need people to go on Twitter and be like, why did you guys time off? Why did you guys copyright strike Philly 500? Because if you get a lot of people doing it, then no look. If it's just me, they don't care. You know, Mark Walls, thank you for super chat. He goes, yo, Philly, Eagles having a perfect season, yet we haven't played our perfect game yet. We need to button up on the run, and then we'll be unstoppable. We haven't played one complete game yet. Not one complete game yet. Everything, we've played half of football, but we've beaten the crap out of people by so much, you know?
Hopefully it doesn't catch up to us. That's all.
Yeah. I can't see Roquan Smith coming to Philly. No. I can't see it. I would love it, but I can't see it. Raheem McCreary, Dave from Super Chat, he goes, Howie basically traded Rager for Robert Quinn. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll have to look into Twitter. I know there's somewhere on Twitter people say, I don't know where it is exactly, but I need people to help me out with that one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Nakobe Dean. I think Nakobe Dean, you got to just give him time. Bolo says, I really hope the Giants or Cowboys don't make any moves at the deadline. I like Judy and Claypool, and I really don't want to see them in Giants blue or Cowboys shitty jersey. Yeah, I agree. Question is the question about the Giants are way better than they thought they were going to be, right?
Right.
I don't think the Giants ever expected it. Do they say, hey, listen, we're 6-1. We beat Seattle, they're 7-1. We got to take a chance while we can, or do they really just say, listen, we stay with the process here of rebuilding and we just stick with it? That's the question with the Giants. For the Cowboys, to me, it's like, if you don't make a move, you're dumb, because Dak's got that contract. It's kicking in. Your window is small, and it's right now. It's not, Dallas Cowboy fans don't have the window. Dallas doesn't have the window the Eagles have.
No. And
they got to do something.
Yeah, and I don't think they want to trade because they can't afford to give up draft capital. I mean they can, but I think they need the draft capital. I think they're trying to. That's why the Odell Beckham stuff is coming. I think they want to get somebody that's on the free agent market right now instead of trading with the team where all they have to worry about is money right now, and that's it.
But what are they worried about all those draft picks? Well, you're trying to win now. You can't beat the Eagles, and you got Dak back. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Smith is better than every linebacker on this roster. Smith is great.
He's fantastic.
It's just hard for me to see the Eagles. Well, you're going to have to pay a first-round pick for him, right? I just can't see it, I mean, I wouldn't complain at all. Ned says, Philly 500, would you all trade Andre Dillard for David Montgomery from my Chicago Bears? Dillard for Montgomery, what do you think?
I'd like it, but then I'm afraid to get rid of Dillard. I understand like Dillard's going to be off the final year of his contract after this year. So this is the final year. And can you afford to lose a backup left tackle right now? Because you really don't have any other back besides Dillard. I know. And I think it makes sense. I think Dillard, I think with Driscoll, he has more value because he could play 3 to 4 positions. So I think there has been rumors that teams have been calling about Dillard and Howie hasn't got the right deal for him yet. So it's funny. He's like a thief in the night when he trades. And then when it's for one of our players, man, that guy is picky about what he gets, I love.
He gets value. He gets value.
I agree.
You know, Faroba says, send a tweet to Team YouTube. They will. Okay, I will. Now, a tweet or a DM. But I will. I'll do it tonight. It's been 6 years since famous Odell's yacht photo. That yacht photo. You've done it before? Okay, I will, because I did not. You know what sucked about that whole strike is when you read it, it says you were, they hit you with a strike because they think you may have stuff in there. It doesn't say because they know you have stuff in there. So just by suspicion, you can strike somebody. I mean, look, I know I'm a good-looking guy. You know what I mean? I look like Denzel Washington, but he don't play baseball.
You're trying to act like a commentator for the MLB.
I wasn't even doing play-by-play. No, baseball's too slow to do play-by-play. I was just watching. Just crazy. What is it? Zonated says, who's going to be our blunt, Joey or Philly 500? Joey will be blunt. I'll be your Kelsey. I'll just block. I think Jordan Mailata is going to get traded. I don't think. I don't.
What are you
think
taking
here?
What are you taking?
I think.
Second
I
round
actually
pick?
believe it's going to be for another player. I think it's going to be in a package for somebody that we're going to all be shocked by. That's what I think. I think that I don't think that was the plan. I think when Mailata went out and Driscoll came in and did an okay job, I think that they're comfortable enough willing to take a chance. That's what I think. Paul Mancini says, with Mailata and LJ past and present injuries, it would be foolish to trade Dillard on a team built to win now. I would take a chance. It's risk. It's definitely a risk, but for the right price, I would do it. I think they think Driscoll can play. Now, Driscoll can't play left and right. I mean, he can play left and right, but he can't play if they both get hurt. But
there's just no value in Dillard when he can't play the right side. He can't play guard. So that's the issue. Us. We wasted that pick.
If he could play right tackle, you would keep him, you know?
Yeah.
David says, watching and commenting. Thank you, buddy. Anyone remember Dak and Zeke buying dildos at the shop together? Priceless. Oh, I do. The dildo guns. Yeah. I used to have a intro with that on there. It was
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think Jordan Mailata is going to get traded. No. Left tackle is more vulnerable to a lot of positions. Dillard needs to get, but you got to get value for him because he's starting somewhere.
Right.
And he would probably, the only people that would want him would be a team, a team that's trying to win now. So it might be hard. At the end of the day, it might be too hard, but I think they're listening to offers. So maybe you get somebody that wants to overpay,
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Fleecing period.
Yeah. Lysa says JoeyShakes as Kareem Hunt or Philly 500 as Jabril Peppers. We could do that. Make a second channel. You got this.
You should.
Then you have to get I should probably, huh?
Everybody does it.
Like what? Like a second channel, like
just make a dummy just make a dummy channel and just have people subscribe to it as well in case you need it. I understand, you never know, You could.
No. Yeah. Phil, you said, that was a mistake, Nathan. I didn't mean to say that. I meant if I said Mailata would get traded, I didn't mean that. I meant Dillard. That's my fault. If I misspoke. Okay, maybe misspoke because you said, yeah, I misspoke. That was I misspoke.
I
do not want to trade Jordan Mailata. I'm sorry. I'm not trading Jordan Mailata. No. Albert says we really need a safety. Agreed. Philly 501. I like it. Bolo says, I would trade Driscoll instead of moving Mulata. Driscoll got owned by Parsons when Johnson came out of the game. I love Driscoll as a backup, but there's no way Driscoll can get a job done like Mulata. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. I'm in on the money. All right, I'll create one. Yeah, I'll create it. I'll create it. Philly 600 pounds. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna name it. Philly 600 pounds. For all my OnlyFans fat, I have a cult of fat women at OnlyFans. They all like 300 pounds. Dude, they love the pies. They love the squat cobblers. What can I say?
Holidays are coming up. He's got some special ones.
Yep. Philly 5, I miss Poke. Yeah, miss Poke. Driscoll's a swing tackle better. Well, he's more valuable because you can move him around. I mean, that means a lot when you can do that, you know?
Yeah, and he's cheap. And Dillard's it's what his fifth-year option is $12.5 million. The Eagles are not picking that up. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Yep. Parsons would be any reserve tackle. Let's be real, though. Kind of unfair to blame Driscoll for not being able to handle Parsons. Yeah, but Parsons didn't get a sack on him, right? I mean,
no.
He went up against Parsons.
Yeah, but but Driscoll was facing Parsons plus DeMarcus Lawrence on that side. I mean, they were hounding him on that side. Like, it was a tough. They didn't make the Eagles didn't make adjustments when the Cowboys adjusted when Lane got out of the game. They didn't adjust. They didn't give him help. They didn't at least get more protection, but at least from these running backs to at least block them a little bit or something.
Yeah. Devin says, I also drink my pinky up. Pig race. However, I'm not Italian. I'm black and Mexican. It's all right. You know what's up. You know what's up. It's all about the class. Get that shiny pinky ring so when I do it during the streams, the Philly Shakedown podcast like this, Joey's gonna go like this, his eyes because of the bling. The bling, baby. Oh, Paul S. Jones, man. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. We definitely appreciate that, man. Thank you. Shout out to you, man. He says, scared me for a second. Did not mean to do that.
You said Mulata's name and everyone's.
I know. I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry that I did because I'm like, what are they talking about? Jordan Mulata. Why would I trade? I didn't realize I said it. ML Football be posting odds of players dating former Tom Brady's wife. Laugh out loud. See, ML Football, like, I don't feel comfortable using their stuff unless there's something else, because they do get some things I've seen them get right, but they also say a lot of things that never happen,
Yeah, they've gotten things right and wrong.
Yeah. Mav is saying Phillies. Don't worry, we're gonna win. We're gonna win. And listen, even if you don't win tonight, you split. You got your split. That's all you needed.
True that.
Do you guys think we should pull underdog mask? Sick of all the disrespect. Not yet.
No,
not yet.
I don't think. No, I don't. Is it an underdog year? Really? I mean, everyone's
not anymore.
No, it's not.
They said we were the only team. We're the only team right now that is favored to win every game the rest of the season. So I don't think we can say that.
Yeah.
Major League MLB has issues with everybody. They are the most anal retentive league in the country. They protect their rights like crap. Yeah, I mean, I get it. That's fine. But the thing is you can't say that somebody's response or reaction is owned by you. Like, how could they own my reaction? Talking about the game, how could they do that? So that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Giselle would date Kyle Trask and cause some issues in Tampa's locker room. Man, you guys are I think Brady. I think Brady's all messed up in the head because of the whole
I think so. I think there's way too much going on in his personal life for him to concentrate on football.
How many power rankings have us number one though? Like 1 or 3. I've seen 2 with us 1, but I haven't seen us out of the top 3. There's some that have Buffalo too.
True.
Do you trade for Cam Akers? I wouldn't trade for Cam.
No.
Now, if are the Rams willing to cut him? I read something that about that. I'm not sure.
I mean, he's not. I don't know. I don't know if Cam Akers is not going to play, but he's the one that wanted the trade to happen. He went to the ownership and said, "I want to be traded out." So,
yeah,
who knows?
Yeah, I want the Phils to win for my pops. I bleed green. Yeah, me too, Brian. I want them to win too, and I think they'll win the whole thing. But tonight, they got to get it going. Ganjta. I don't know if I said that right. Goncha says, Philly 500, what are you doing for Halloween? I'll be home. Well, I got to work. I'll be home. May take the kids. Well, I'm not going to let the kids are too big. I'm not taking them out. I might go hang out in my garage and watch people trick or treat or something like that. I'm pretty scary looking dude. So, I'll scare everybody. Phillies are on too. So I'll be watching the Phillies. And I'll be watching Game 3 of Phillies. I might have a Philly 500 hangout. We'll see. What are you doing? You're a Halloween. That's your day, right?
I'm handing out candy in the scary. I'm going to be like sitting still with a real axe in my hand. So
a real shiny.
I'm not using it, so just don't hear me on the news. You're good.
Yes. Adam Scott, thank you for super chat. He goes, "What up, fellas? Here, $5. Thank you, my man. $1 for every sack Parsons is going to get against that scrub Bears offensive line. Dallas Cowboys for life." Yeah, Parsons is going to have a big game tomorrow. There's no doubt. I don't think Chicago's good, dude. I don't think Chicago can beat them.
Mm-mm.
SFF, thank you. He says, Joey and 500, thanks for all your content. Appreciate you guys. Go Birds. Thank you.
You, man.
Why are you doing a freaking shakedown, Philly, when we have a team in the World Series? We need you to start a freaking grave. Listen, dude, I almost lost it all last night because of it. But I stirred the gravy, and JT Realmuto came back. Listen, if the Phillies can make it a 2-run game before the end of shakedown, I'll come back on. But they got to do the shakedown, man. We missed last week.
Yeah, we didn't do it last week. So,
but I got the game on and watching. Finesse Roofer says, what are the odds Philadelphia's going 17-0? I'll give 48% chance to ease the schedule. 48. Do you feel comfortable with that? Would you feel comfortable being 17-0 going to playoffs? That would make me nervous, dude.
It would make me more nervous because there's so much pressure now. Because most undefeated teams, totally different ball game.
Let's call up Carolina. I think Chin is hurt. Isn't he injured?
I think he's injured, yeah.
Yeah. Nathan says Ronald Jones. We just got him. Nah. We got Ronald Jones? Nah. I don't think so. Well, Jesse Davis says yeah, but I don't know. Did you see something?
I'm gonna look right now. Let's trolls. We like getting trolled.
Yeah, I've been fooled so many times on this, especially when I first started YouTube. It was like crazy. Okay. So I gotta. No, I don't see anything. Here's a real report though, right? This comes from Dov Cleveland, right? This came out a couple hours ago. I didn't see this, so I'm gonna click on it. Here's what it says. He says the Saints will consider trading franchise quarterback or running back Alvin Kamara to the Eagles, offered to give them back their first-round pick. An NFL general manager tells Albert Breer. So they want their first-round pick back. That we can now believe that MLF rumor then. Ain't no way you're getting that first-round pick. Are you crazy? No. Yeah. I did not hear about that. But no, unfortunately.
Is that from Dove Claim? Is that from Dove Clayman?
Yeah. And that comes and he's quoting Albert Breer. So
there's no way you're giving that fucking. I'll be pissed if they make that trade and give that pick
that's
back.
Probably some general manager talking to somebody in the Saints organization and going, would you guys trade him? Yeah, if they give us our first, because that's a top 5 pick. Ain't no way I'm giving him a top 5. We don't need a running back that bad, I wouldn't do it. I would never do it. And Howie would never do it. Kamara isn't worth it in a 3rd round cut. Yeah, I agree with his contract's huge. He's got legal troubles. I don't
Yeah, it's
think
way too much going on.
I'd rather give a 4th round pick and get Kareem Hunt. I like the idea of Kareem Hunt and Miles Sanders. You know?
Yeah.
Phillies. Yeah, I'd rather get Hunt too, you know? No, I mean, Kamara is Kamara is
Behind this
talented,
offensive
no
line, just imagine him.
Yeah, I mean, he's very talented. I get it, you know? Ronald Jones. Well, is Ronald Jones even on the would they even consider that?
I haven't heard. I know they're starting to make some coaching changes this weekend because that's what Todd Bowles said. So maybe they're going to make changes with some of the players. Maybe they'll put somebody on trade block. Maybe
Saints can initiate that offer, which means little to me. Never trade a first round pick for. Yeah, I'm pretty much 90% with you with that. Oh, it would have to be like Barry Sanders in his prime.
Yeah,
and nobody's going to do that. You know. Here's a question for Joey. Joey, what's your favorite horror movie of all time?
Halloween 1978, bro.
There you go. I think I know I've seen it 100%. Before, it's been a long time.
You guys see Terrifier 2 though. You got to see that.
What is
don't have your kids around watching that movie. It's really
what's it called?
Really,
Terrifier
2. Yeah.
Is it scary? Is it a horror?
It's horror. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's
my wife will see. I watch all horrors by myself. My wife, she hates horror. She gets too scared. I wasn't that good, but I could challenge Ronald. You could challenge him. You never extend a running back with big contract. Never. Yeah, that's why I don't think Miles is back. That's why I think this is it for Miles, you know? Alien 2 was your favorite. Aliens. Was it Alien then Aliens, right? Wasn't it Alien then Aliens?
I think so.
I haven't. What is Terrifier about?
Well, the first movie is just these two girls that come back from a party and they break down in the middle of town and pretty much run to this clown, and this clown just like invades their life and does horrible things. And then the second movie is more of a story. The second movie is 2 hours and 18 minutes. It's more of a story driven on a brother and sister on Halloween night, and Art the Clown comes back on Halloween night. You should watch the first film, then watch the first film's on Netflix. You should watch it on Netflix and then watch Terrifier 2. So
okay, I'll do that. I will. Fitness Roofer says, what should the Philadelphia do with Quez Watkins? He has too much talent to be utilized enough, especially in the slot. There were rumors that the Rams reached out to the Eagles about Quez Watkins. I'm not trading Quez Watkins. Not trading Quez Watkins at all.
No.
For the rest of this year, right now, he stays in Philly.
You have another year with him.
You get another year with him next year. I keep him. You know.
Hell yeah.
My favorite. Well, I'll say that my scariest movie I ever saw was The Exorcist, the first one when I was little. I rewatched it older and I thought it was like, this is horrible. But when I watched it the first time, I was scared to death.
Oh, yeah.
And then the second, when you're older, you watch it, the special effects were like, eh. So Nate says, I'm in Madden 23 and did an unrealistic trade. It was round 3 pick, A3 2023. Andre Dillard 2024, round 2 pick, 51 for Kareem Hunt, Joey, and 500. Man, that's funny.
That's 2 picks. A third for this year, a second for next year.
I'm gonna hear Joey's ire. So he says,
Hey! You know what? It's not a garbage film. To me, it's not. There's a lot of people that hate it. There's a lot of people that like it. I really liked it because they took a swing on something really different. Every Halloween movie needs to be different. It can't be the same movie every single time. Otherwise, you run the drain real dry. So I liked it a lot.
He liked it. I'm trying to think. The last good movie I saw was Top Gun 2. I don't think I've seen anything good since. I'm sorry, the Phillies just scored 1 run, but it was a sacrifice fly. Draft C.J. Stroud and Rocket Sanders. Eagles don't need. I think the Eagles are good, man. I think they're good.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we got the Eagles, Steelers tomorrow. Then we have the trade deadline, I believe, the 1st of November. So we got the Eagles, Steelers tomorrow. Draft deadline Tuesday. Eagles play Thursday.
Short week.
So it's a short week. It's going to be a busy, busy week. And this is not the week I wanted to be in suspension. So hopefully I'm not going to get.
And come out of this game healthy is going to be really important. Come out of this game healthy. You only have a few days, and that's it. So it's going to be short for both teams.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. With that, we've been an hour and 15 minutes. Anything else you guys say, man?
We got the black on black Thursday night, right? That's the first night we wear black on black.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wait, in Houston?
Is it?
I don't think so.
Or I
thought it was Green Bay, Dallas, and the Giants.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
That's what I thought it was.
I thought we were black on black for Thursday.
I think Houston's wearing their
red helmets.
Red helmets versus us. But I don't think so. But who knows? I mean, I'm ready to see it though. It'll be cool. I can't wait till next year. The Kelly Green. I can't wait. I thought it was the Packers, the Cowboys Christmas Eve, and then I thought it was the Giants. I think the Giants last game.
Yeah.
I think. So that game we're going to be sitting our starters. Could you imagine if the Eagles are undefeated and the Giants have one loss? Could you imagine, like, you get to the final week of the season, Giants have one loss and you're undefeated?
It's like, what do you do?
They would have to have two losses then. So they couldn't because they already got one. We would have to have one loss. They would have to have two losses. Could you imagine that game for the division and probably the home field throughout the playoffs? That'd be crazy.
Friggin' nuts.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Okay, guys. Well, listen. If you haven't, we got over 500 people in the chat. Make sure you click that like, subscribe, click the link in the description. So up my man Joey Shakes. We will be back on his channel tomorrow for post game, right? Tomorrow night, and hopefully I'll be able to stream. Hopefully everything's good and we're good to go. And Joey will definitely be streaming, so check him out as well. And with that said, we're gonna let you guys go. If there's nothing else Joey has to say.
No, I think that's it. I mean, we were off the bye. I mean, it seemed like a really slow bye week, and it was nice just to kind of relax a little bit and kind of focus on the trade deadline a little bit more. And we have a few more days left of that, so we'll kind of keep an eye on that. And we got to win tomorrow, so be good. Exactly.
All right, guys, we are going to let you go. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. And this is about a month away.
Play. We had one. Yo, you gotta be motherfucking kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker running from
a. To get off the field on third down. What was that bullshit? That is not right. Tell him more. He's gotta be better, man. Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had enough time for one more play. We had an opportunity to win that game at the end. But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us. I'm upset, but the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys games.
You literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. Yeah, we had an opportunity for one more play. Hi, Michael Anthony Fitness here, MAF.